Oh, we're a bit focused right in here. Morning. Another video. So what this video is going to be about is the lines that get generated by the vortex generators on the wings. You also need a rubber, like a rubber pencil for rubbing out pencil. So this is like one of those. It's a Crawford's black pencil, and why isn't this focusing? So, there we go. So, pencil. Now, what you want to do with your rubber is you want to cut an angle so you've got a nice sharp edge. And you'll see the reasons behind that in a minute. So, and then, you know, I mean, I did start doing it on here, but, you know, you can just sand it, rub it off with a rubber. Like that, because it's what it is. Right. Anyway, a clean wing. So, now, before I do any of this, two things. If in life, and this is for anything, if in life you find something that someone's done a bit awful or not really up to the mark, or perhaps you just don't like it, or whatever, you haven't got anything good to say about it, best thing to do is just walk on by, say nothing. And if it's about someone's habitat of where they are, again, you don't know what goes on in these people's lives, and I'd say nothing. I would just, you know, move on. I wouldn't even bother mentioning it. It's only that I've had two comments. One I've had to delete because he was out and out pig ignorant. Now, I will go into this because obviously, you know, it's about the state of my bloody bench. I did have some comments many moons ago about the state of where, but this is when I was living in my own house and not in some rented accommodation. And I had a lot more space. I had a bigger room and I could spread the stuff out, and I had a full clear bench. This has just got overcrowded over a period of time because I've had models that I've had to get out of a lockup. I've got nowhere to put. I've got a loft here in this place, but where we've been moved around from pillar to post, you know, this stuff had to be boxed up. I've had to unbox quite a bit of it. I think I've even done one video where I did unbox one of my move boxes and found some stuff inside, and yeah, there's a little bit damaged, some of it wasn't. There's a lot of it I've lost. I've lost literally 2/3 of my book reference because of a council that just didn't give a crap about the garages I was renting at the time, and the roof caved in where someone tried to break in and they left it for 8 months, and of course we had 3 multiple bad storms in that time, and it just ruined everything. Kits, books, radio controlled aircraft. I lost all my radio controlled planes. And so coming back to the desk, this is stuff that's accumulated. Some of it's from them boxes that might need a repair, and whatnot. But it's just, I'm working now just off my desk. I haven't got a lot of space here. I'm just working in a shoebox, and yeah, it is what it is. But rather than look at the mess, maybe you should just look at, you know, what I'm turning out, you know, instead of being rude and, you know, pig ignorant about it. I've never done one of these videos before and saying that, but, you know, I found the guy really abruptly rude. There was another guy who did comment on the state of my bench, and, you know, yeah, but he was a bit more polite about it. And the answer is I haven't got a lot of room. This is all I've got, and the stuff that's on here is just what's accumulated over a small space of time, because I haven't lived in this place very long. I say very long, it's been over a year, but I haven't been concentrating on this all that time. It's been on and off, and I've had to do other things, and it's only now that I'm finally settling in and you know, taking it all on board that this is it now. This is my home, and we're not going to be moving on, and what have you. And it upsets. I'm autistic, and if something like that upsets us, it takes a long time for me to adjust to my surroundings and feel comfortable. And any little upset like we had at the beginning, it's just it takes a while. It really does, and it's not a disability that I wish I wish I couldn't have, because unfortunately I'm stuck with it. But random acts of rudeness. I've never had to deal with any rude people on my channel before, but it's only where it's suddenly starting to expand that obviously YouTube are doing whatever they're doing and promoting your channel. I'm not really interested in the money side of it. It's just the fact of, for me, it's you lot. You get to see what I do, how I do it, and if you're learning from it, that's what it's all about. And it all comes for free. But to just chalk up and say to someone, the state of, well, it wasn't the state of, it was just an out and out blatant rude comment saying about, about this. Well, don't like it, don't subscribe, don't bother commenting, just jog on, mate. I'm not interested in people like that. So that's the first thing. So, just thinking about what you're doing. You get an autistic modeller, and I'll tell you what, there's plenty of us out there. Whether we all let it be known that this is what we are, that's down to the individual. But, if I do something a bit odd and people wonder why, well, the reason being is because it's autism for you, and that's how it's strange how it works. I didn't ask for it, but there it is. I've got it, and that's it. Right, moving on. It's a bloody touchy subject, but and moving on now. The next thing is a massive thanks to one of my subscribers. He's gonna know who he is now. He came round, and Steve, it was a real pleasure to see you again, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed you coming round. He brought round a picture which is now hanging pride and place in my hallway of a 617 Dam Busters F-35. Can't thank you enough for that, mate. That's and not only that, he brought round some paint racks, and he's given us them, so I can now take my paints from being down here in 3 buckets to go up on the wall here on the side of me. So that'll get rid of most of them. And very grateful. Thanks very much, mate. And again, it was nice to see. Oh, it was good to see your son as well. I'll give him a mention, Will, if mate. It was nice to have that yesterday. It was that was something out of the blue, and along with that, he took the last 2 kittens, so the brother and sister. Very nice. I don't know what he's called them. I did suggest a name, but his son laughed, and he said, "Yeah, it's a good name, but I don't know. It's their cats; they can do what they like, call them what they like." But thanks again for that as well. So it's nice to see Steve. He's not the only one, because there's people that came in the shop as well that come to my channel. Arnie, for one, AF Warships. He's on Instagram. He's been in the shop once or twice. I've seen him. I say hello, Ron. How you doing? If you watch my videos, so I'll give him a shout out. There's also Peter, Dad's Army Peter. I haven't seen him in a while. He hasn't been in yet. And Pete, if you, I'll just say, if any, right, anybody watching my video there today, before I get on with this, the shop Model Works, who is in association with me in New Haven. Hello, Mark. Right, they are moving. We are moving. We are going literally just round the corner. So when everybody comes in to our shop, we have now seen our new shop. It's bigger. We're going to have more ranges. So when we go into that shop, I'll do a video. The shop we got at the moment is just full of kits. We are trying to cram quite a bit of tools and accessories in, but the shop's too small, and the factory there wants the shop back for quality control. So we are now shifting out and going to round the corner. So anybody that lives in New Haven, if you know the gymnastics gym and you know the angling shop, we're right in between the two. So that's where we'll be. We'll be in between those two shops on the New Haven industrial estate. Anybody that doesn't live in New Haven or has never been to the shop, we are based in New Haven, and like I said before, at the moment we're based at this address, but we are going around the corner, and I haven't got any cards with the new address yet, so I assume that Mark, the owner, will have some new cards drawn up, or it will be or it will be on the website, which is, I think it's now getting, I don't know, I've never been on their website, but from what I've heard, the sales and that are getting well, a lot better on there now. It's a lot better website to work through than it was before, apparently. So I don't know, I've never been on it, but anyway, Model Works. Remember that name, Model Works, right? Because they're in association with me. And not only that, Plastech, who's the company that's the one in the shop back, so we're moving, they're the people that did the Airfix Mark 9 and Mark 8 Spitfire, and are doing the new beer carrying Spitfire that's due out this year anyway. I don't think they're out yet. They have been working hard on them. Not seen them, but I know they have because I've been told. Not only that, this plastic as well, actually, I think I had. Nope. So that's me and Model Works. And then if you want anything doing, yeah, there you go. Right, I thought I had them. So, these people. This guy. Can't beat this guy. Superb. He owns this, and he owns that, and he owns, he's in cooperation with me in association. We will both be down at Farnborough at Model Fest. But this company is also doing another kit, which is DBMK's Sea Fury. So they'll be doing that, and the Hornet, the DH Hornet. So, we'll have it all under the one roof. And Will Packard, who I've known for some years before DBMK, and he's the CEO of DBMK, along with Ilya. Them two I've known for a long time. I haven't seen them much. I don't get to see Will much. He's out of Canterbury, and I think Ilya lives in Oxford somewhere. But they are the DBMK guys, and they are doing I think the Hornet's 32 scale. The Sea Fury is, and they'll be doing a Scimitar 148 scale at some point. I've seen the drawings of it and all the rest of it, and it's all being done in-house at Plastech. So there you go. There's a bit of history on that for you. Exciting times. Really good. Anyway, It's 15 minutes in and all I've done is natter bollocks and rabbit bollocks. Right, so how do you get the vortex generators to go on the wings? Right, let's have a look. I've got to move it about a bit here. And it's blurred. Right, so I don't know why this bloody thing isn't doing the automatic focusing. Why is it not doing that? I don't know. Let's see that. Bit of a pain in the butt ski. Here we go. Right, so what we do is we get the pencil nice and sharp and you set it behind one of these and you just go, he's just doing it lightly. And then what you can do is you can darken it up a bit, because it usually is a bit darker at the beginning where the vortex is, the generator is. So you get that, and then your skinny dipper rubber, where you want the chisel edge, is so you can go in between the vortex generators, right, and just thin the fat part of it at the beginning down. So you can see there, right where it's in, and then it feathers off. And the other thing you can do is then you can just go back like that, and it feathers them out. But you get the gist of what you're doing there with a pencil. I mean, I've got the camera in the way, or the phone, so my curves aren't brilliant, but you know, you just like that. Once you get used to it, you start getting your curves right. And they're not all the same length either, so you get me gist there. And then if for some reason you didn't like them, then all you do is you just go over them with the chisel edge and rub them out and start again, which is what I'm going to have to do. And there you go, you see. There you got a clean wing again. And then next time round you can just, you know, you pick where you like, start. There you go, see, and then like that. And like I say, if you want to fade them a bit, then just lightly go over with the rubber, and they still look pretty dark, but they're not too bad. I think the other one, this is the other wing, so I haven't done this one yet. I haven't done this one at all. Same with the underside as well. So like I say, with this, so when you got the pegs, like the rivets and stuff, you can actually just sit it in it and draw it back like that. That's 3 of them done. Did 1, did 2 with the same action. But yeah, you know, you can, you know, we do just stick it in it and just put it in it, and it just makes that mark. Kind of like lifting it up, and it gives you that effect. So, you know, when it's been finished, you can draw things like that. If there's anything like you know, dust or something crap that's leaked out the wings. Same with that one. See, I've done the same there and there. And then, like I say, the main one was a vortex generators on top. And again, look. I did this, first time I ever did this was on the 24 scale C area. And well, actually it was a GR3 that I made. I've still got, it's in the garage, damaged, locked up, broken because of the neglect by the garage owner. But there you go. I mean, it shows you a rough idea of what you can do, and then you can feather it how you like on that. And it's the same with the fuselage as well. I'm not sure what I've done here, but oh, and somebody did point out that there was a fingerprint by the cockpit. Well, there was, oh, this bloody thing. There's nothing there now because I've redone it, and basically this here, it came where it cracked and popped out, so I've had to put it back. So I've had to respray all of this here. But that's one of the things working with oils is you can have like fingerprints, but the good thing about it is there's a little bit of terps and a cotton bud, and yeah, and it's gone. But it was a bit of a pain in the arse. But I mean, I've got rid of them all best way I could, which was just basically just where there was one. I mean, there was a couple here I noticed, and I got rid of them, and then I just did the dirt again. Only this time, just taking a bit more care not to you know, smother it in dib-dab fingerprints. You can wear gloves. I've got surgical gloves that I do wear occasionally, but I just noticed the house now. There's a couple of little spots of where that is there. And so what is it? Oh, I need some more stuff on. I need some more terps on my rag. It's gone a bit dry. Don't put much. I polished it out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There's a blob there and a bit of a bad blob there. But yeah, no, I'll get rid of these. They're all stuck together. Yeah, so you know, I mean, there was fingerprints around here, and I thought to myself, oh, I can't have that. So thanks for pointing that out. But yeah, I have dealt with it, and they've now gone. And yeah, they're around here somewhere. But there was a few there. There was another one there, I think. None on this. None that I can see on the top, or none that there was. But yeah, that's the trouble. So the oils that I use are pretty old, and basically they don't take long to dry, and they're easy to get off as well. So, oh blimey. So yeah. Anyway, well, that's it to do with the wings, or the wing, as I've done one, started one wing, and yeah. So a top tip, a bit of a, you know, I would say a kind suggestion from me to, you know, the world in what it does is basically, it doesn't matter about this, you know, it's everything. It's all hobbies, all things in life. You know, if you go somewhere and, you know, you haven't, something you don't like, or you just don't agree with it, or say, unless it's constructive criticism, which is different, because unless that bloke turned around and said, oh, look, there's some cabinets or something, if you go here, give them this, you get 10% off, or whatever, it doesn't matter. that's constructive, because you might be saying it's a mess, but the guys, you know, turning around and telling where you could get like a set of drawers to go under here, and you know, and put all of this stuff on the desk, because most of it's just tools. It's just tools. It looks like crap, but it's tools. I mean, there are kits on the desk, but they can go back in their boxes. But if you ever got, you know, just be kind to people. Bloody hell, there's too much jibber jabber jibber jabber 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 jabber. And I'm not one to tell people how to suck eggs, but on this particular note, you know, it was somebody out digging at me, 2 people. One was a bit kinder than the other, but even so, it was like, you know, yeah, I know it's a mess, but there's a reason behind it. That's the reason. Now, you all know. Yeah, you know, so didn't really want to have to bring it up, but, you know, because it wasn't great times and I wasn't living in great places. I was living in some fucking shitholes and, you know, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go there, but hence the reason. So now I'm here. I now know from my, you know, my stability in my head, that with my autism, that I'm now going to be fixed here for some time. Then I can, you know, I've got to decorate this in a bit I'm under the stairs and one little bit. And as Steve saw when he came in yesterday, I've got a post just here of like a 4-inch fence post holding the stairs up. So I've only literally got just a little bit wider than a chair, you know, but, you know, I'll just have to make the best I can, because I haven't got the money to afford a man cave out in the garden. I might do one day, but at the moment I haven't got it. So that's why we're in here under the stairs, and I'm just making models and teaching you lot how to do things like this. I'm not criticising anyone. I'm not judging anyone. And I don't either. Even on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. Be kind, fellas. Stay safe. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.